This'll come in handy.
The weather sounds absolutely horrid outside like always, and of course we're just kind of screwing around, just having fun with the new DLC. Hello everybody, this is Frogman, welcome back to the Long Dark. Last time we completed our first quest for the trader. We've not yet gone and picked up our reward because the weather has been, well, the weather is, the way the weather works. And we managed to craft a couple of things in the last episode, or at least managed to craft the furniture workbench finally. So I've moved a few things around in here. This is, again, kind of temporary. I just kind of wanted to make sure that all of the storage was available, and I got the fire barrel out of here. There's a couple of other little things I'm going to leave where they are, but for now we should be good. And why is that thing so far off the wall? Can I get you to move backwards just a little bit? Thank you. That's better. I don't care if it's kind of sticking in the wall. That's all right. Be interesting. See, this is one of those things that's immersion breaking, because this is a single walled Quonset hut, which is an interesting thing. Likely that should be poking through the wall on the outside, but we don't see it, but it doesn't really matter. Anyhow, so yeah, moved a couple things around, moved the fire barrel over here in the corner, because that way I can just fuel and continuously have very cheap light. This is being able to do this, you know, put a fire or a light that's always on right next to a workbench is fantastic. It's better than having them outside, in my opinion. So that way you can just light a fire in here, and you can keep cooking and craft and cook and craft and cook and craft if you think you need to, or do whatever you want to. It's kind of nice. Granted, we have to deal with furniture problems, or furniture, fuel, firewood, whatever. What I want to do today is we have two things we need to get done. I want to go over to the trader lockbox thingy and go pick up our reward, which should have been some flour, and I want to gather up all of the makings for the, where is this thing? Meat curing box, which means we need 10 fir firewood and a bunch of salt. Now, I don't think we've seen a single salt box, well, a salt bag here yet, and that might be meaning we need to go look around and see, maybe in this other house over here there might be a salt bag laying around, because it's not something you find sitting on, it's not something you find in a container. It's been retroactively put back into the world, so we might be able to find one laying around somewhere. If we can't, that's fine. All I want to do is I just want to test it. So we can definitely wander the coastline out here. I know there should be at least 2 or 3 more little batches of salt. We didn't gather the salt up that was over there anyway, so let's go see. I've been kind of just umming and on here for a second. Hopefully the weather has cleared. It's not amazing, but I guess we see what we see. Let's go over to this house real quick and do a really fast once through on it, just to see if there's a salt sack in here. And then we need to go start collecting fir firewood for that box, because I want to see how good that is. The reason why I'm saying how good that is that if you don't have to do a lot of maintenance to it, it's going to change late game for certain difficulties, especially stuff like misery. Because that misery difficulty, I forget exactly what it was now. The affliction that causes you to gain food poisoning from stuff regardless of what level of cooking you have is an interesting problem. I'm gonna hate to say it. I think they might have literally handed us the hardest mode the game has ever seen, and then handed us a DLC that makes it pretty stinking easy. So we'll have to see how this all goes. Anyhow, I don't see anything in here. I don't have anything going on. We can fix this for how much? Can I? Oh yeah, why? Broken door, 2 minutes. Does that? I wonder if that upgrades your repair skill as you go along. So that's really, really kind of nice, because that means, well, can I? This is something I wanted to see then. Can I take that door? Okay, so it's 30. Okay, so this costs me, no, dang it, quit. This costs me 2 minutes to repair. That costs me 30 to put it back on. This is still I love this, because I've always hated about the fact that you couldn't, get rid of that one little problem. That's cool. All right, next, I want to, let's see, we don't have any here. Let's go see what the weather's like. It's getting a little better. No moose. No moose. No bear either. I wonder if he comes down here now. Whatever. 2 misanthropes and hopefully a bag of flour. And then I need to figure out where to gather up a bunch of salt. Now I know that we saw salt deposit last time on the backside of the island over here. And usually, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be anything on these rocks, but we're going to have to kind of, maybe check. But let's go get our, there he is. No, it's a stop sign. What am I doing? Bear stop sign. But if that is a big deal, then what that will allow you to do is, as you're grinding through your early game issues with misery, especially once you get a bow and arrow, anything you shoot, you can then cure and then live on it for a while. So, I don't know. I want to test a couple of things. I'm still at the thought that we may or may not continue that one particular run. I think the idea is now that we have this new DLC, I start that run over because that added a whole bunch of things to the game. At least for us, since we, you know, have the DLC. That it might change the way I play that particular mode. Because honestly, I think you're just going to get to the point where you're going to hate life and quit playing it. And that's the deal. It's like late game anything. Late game hard mode that's been in before. All the challenges or, you know, no Goa. Late game has almost always been you end up in this zone, sitting in a fishing hut, fishing until you're blue in the face, sleep until you're, you know, you fish until you're about out of energy, you're about to start losing health, and you sleep for long enough to regain your health, and then you just sit out here and fish, and sleep and fish and sleep and fish and sleep and fish, and then when you run out of fuel, you go back to either one of those 2 caves or those 2 things up there, the mines, gather up a whole bunch of coal, and then come back and do it again. That's literally late game. Well, I mean, it's literally late game in this game anyways. It's either you spend lots and lots of time wandering around through every zone, stocking things up with food, and then moving to another zone, like not basing. Ooh, we got a new thing. We should actually be able to beachcomb now too, because it blizzarded last night. Let's go see what we get. I know I'm sitting there jammering and yammering about a different. So this stuff is renewable then. Interesting. That's very, very interesting. That makes the stuff that you find laying around less valuable. But, okay, cool. But yeah, I was just kind of sitting there thinking about it. It's like, well, how is it going to affect the way the game is going to be played on certain difficulties, given that you now have access to this, which means I can now have forever food.
I've never felt so cold in my life.
And that's going to be brand new 100%. Wow. Okay, cool. I should just leave that sitting right here. Whatever. Let's go do a little beach combing this morning and see if we can't find another salt deposit. I might go to, well, we're gonna go collect this one, and then I think we go to DP and we check some things out over there, because I think we should be able to, well, I mean, caves in general are going to have salt deposits in them, maybe. Stuff around, like, what I want to do is I want to harvest this, and I want to see if it comes back. And we need something like 17 pounds of salt to make the box, and a lot of fir firewood. How much was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think this was the one we had. So it's 5 pounds of salt. So I need at least another 1, 2 of those. How heavy are we now? Can I walk reasonably quickly? No, I really don't know. Let's... Weather's kind of bothering me, but that's okay. Let's go check this one out. Is this another dead person? It is. I don't want to run too much. Can I have that cowichin, please? I don't care who you are. I'd be peeling that off. Unless it was absolutely destroyed by the weather, I would be peeling that off. We'll walk the ice a little bit here, see if there's anything else that shows up. You know, like, what they could have done was they could have put it over there. You know, on that island that's been over there forever that we can't get to. But instead they put it behind misanthropes, which I guess is fine. That's cool. I'm not complaining. I think it's cool. I like changes to zones like this. We've been slowly getting a few of them, like the airplane crash that's up there. Is there anything else out here before I run back to Quonset and dump this off? Don't see anything. And again, they might have changed where these spawns are now. I don't know. Yep, there it is. All right, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to get too close. Yeah, here comes the next blizzard. Or fog or whatever. Let's go to crumbling real fast. I'm gonna dump all this salt off over here. How are we doing? We're fine. Let's go to crumbling real quick and go get anything that might be over there. Because what I might do is go gather up a bunch of firewood and build a bed. Firewood, whatever that stuff is. Go build a bed in the... Well, we'll build a bed here and probably drag it back. I don't know. Again, late game is going to be back and forth between various areas over here. Not that I'm planning on spending a lot of time playing this particular character, but again, we've discussed it. Or at least I've discussed it. Nobody said anything. I'm going to go ahead and put all the salt in the trunk over here. Because I don't need to carry it with us. You can go in there. That way we can run reasonably well. Oh, I still have all of those. I need to cook those up. You can have that too for right now. Let's go in here real fast. Look at me. I left some rose hips. All right. We'll go duck into the basement real quick. Warm back up, take a quick nap, because it's, well, it's not that early. Anybody gonna be here waiting on us? It's the fun part. It's the question. Because I don't know, I like this zone too. I wish there would be more stuff to spawn in it. Besides wolves and rabbits. I mean, I know there's like, what, maybe, I don't know, there might be a deer in here now. I don't know. Over here, warm back up. She's losing health enough. Okay. Scrap metal. How much can I move in here? So I can't move that thing. I can move all of this. That barrel, I'd probably just break it down. This one is pretty barren, but like we could build a, you know, bed in here. And a couple of other things, although I guess you don't really care about the bed. What's in here? Socks? We don't need socks. Cool. Alright. Anyhow, you go down here, take a 2-hour nap. Okay, let's go outside real fast and go see about the cave and maybe do a really quick beach comb and see if there's anything good out here. I would like... Well, I was gonna say maybe. Let's go over here and check this cave then. Because some caves have salt. If we can get that built today, that would be great. We just need to find a bunch of salt. And I don't know if the weather's going to let us do it. Either way, I need to go get some coal, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to come over here anyway. Do we get a salt deposit in this particular cave? Oh, we got a piece of firewood, though. No. Okay, let's go down. What do I have to eat? I need to actually eat on that a little bit so that I can turn it into a very tiny tea immediately. Do it one more time, about to there. That's better. All right. Let's... I mean, I don't really like this weather, but we'll do what we can for the minute. Oh, pick up sticks. I don't see anything. I do see a locker, possibly. Can I get off this hill without breaking a leg? Maybe. Can I jump onto the tree? Cool. And then boop. Nice. Alright. Be on the lookout for wolfy friends. We'll do a real quick run around this corner here and see what's going on. Oh boy, we get a bunch of stuff. That's nice. Several lockers. Good deal. Maybe we find some cool stuff in a locker. And some planks. Nothing. We'll take the cloth. This will despawn. Don't have to worry about it. Oh, it's a trunk. I thought it was a locker. That's fine. Nothing around. Nothing else. No, don't fall in. God dang it. Run, 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 run. I didn't really need a simple parka, but okay. Maybe I should put the things on, huh? I just wanted to look back here, look at as much of this as we can for oddness and whatnot. I don't see anything over there, so we're gonna have a pair of shoes, a fish, nice, and oh, a coho. We won't be able to walk with that. Well, maybe we will. And some cattails. Thank you very much. All right, let's go to the cave. I missed something? Might have missed something. Is that just a texture, or is there something laying there? It's just a texture. Okay. Well, I'm nice out here. Look at that. We'll go throw this fish off in the cave, look around in the cave, and then I'm going to go through the mine and get a bunch of coal. Oh, hi, guys. You too? Nice. Anyhow, we'll go dump this in here. Place that right there. Good enough. There goes the fish. Put this away. Do we have anything cooked in here? That's all raw. I got another pair of shoes, apparently. Let's see here. We don't need all of this. So I can drop, and I forgot to put that away. Drop this. And I don't want that for the minute, although this is kind of nice to know that you have a backup. Good deal. I didn't want to drop those. I guess I should put this back on. Put those back on there so our stuff goes down a little bit. That actually makes a pretty big difference. That's kind of a good thing to kind of keep around. And the cedar firewood, I think, can stay for now. We don't need you. You can chill here for a minute. So we do have a cured sapling, and I do have a bunch of coal here. Man, I don't know. I'm about to cook a bunch of fish and sit here for the night. It's not that I have to worry about cabin fever. It's just that, you got to do the thing. Can we drop enough stuff so that we can go through to the other side of the mine, collect a few things up that way, and then come back? Is that possible? Wow, I should leave that sitting somewhere. That thing is incredibly heavy. I'm going to put that down, keep this one for the minute, drop this and this and that. Okay, yeah, let's go get some coal. And then we'll come right back here and sleep. I'm gonna bring the just in cases, and if the weather gets better once we get back, we might cook these guys. Oh, actually, I did get an extra. I got an extra oddball. Why are those rotting? Oh yeah, that's the what? I must have accidentally eaten a partial one of those. Okay, well that's weird. Eat that one too. Huh, whatever, that's cool. Go. And then we'll check the rest of the coast out in the morning and head back over to coastal. I think all we're going to probably do for a little while is try to figure out how to get all of these little things done. So I'd like to get a couple of more trades in with our friend. I should have probably traded him as much as I possibly could for a whole bunch of flour. I mean, if I could have done 10 trades on flour, I should have done that. And that wouldn't have been too bad. We could have just found a whole lot of, we'd have killed every wolf in town and, done all the fun things. That's on me for not understanding the mechanic, because it's, brand new mechanic. So I believe we've killed all of or cleaned up all the deer that are here. So let's go get us some coal. And yeah, then we'll try to spend the night in that cave, just to maybe cooking up all those fish, eat us a couple of them, get some more scurvy protection going, and then we'll see what happens. Alright, let's go back. We got a bunch of stuff. I wanted to have at least 20. We have 26 now. Alright, let's go back over to that cave and, probably go just cook all of those fish up. Did we get the reishi from here? No, we didn't. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, we just go back to coastal and see what we can do. At least figure out a couple of things. So I don't really know what I want to do as far as trying to gather up the salt, but I would like in the next, at least in the next few episodes, for us to try that mechanic out, which means maybe we go back over to Desolation possibly, because there's, you know, just more coastline and whatnot. I just don't want to leave a whole bunch of stuff over here, so, well, I don't want to leave everything that I just dropped over here and then go to Desolation, because if I'm going to go to DP, I'll probably build a furniture workbench over there as well. Although I don't really think you need to. What would a furniture workbench gain us over there? Actually, I guess the question would be is whether or not we can mess with the church. Because the only thing that I would care about then is maybe putting a workbench in the lighthouse. We probably need to get inside before this gets worse. Although it's not too terribly cold right now. I might cut some meat off of one of these guys. So let's do a little bit of that real quick, and then we'll see what happens with the weather. I need to look where I can see the weather. I'm gonna have to light a fire anyway, so we might as well just save a match and do it indoors in case a blizzard blows up. Let's take all of it. That shouldn't be bad. Yeah. Well, maybe for a minute there. The wind turned around.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, it probably is. Take all of them. Let's try not to get too hungry is the whole thing. So we're going to open it up, and you should be able to kind of cancel this in a second. Oh, we got them all. Nice. I'll just eat one of those and crawl my fat butt into the cave. Yeah, I think we should go look at least if anything on that end of it. We'll go check out the, well, we should go figure out where the radio is, if there's a radio in that zone, and then figure out whether or not you can edit the stone church, because if you could edit the stone church, I don't know why you're too cold to think. We're indoors now. There we go. Boop.
The sun is setting.
Have a whole bunch of wolf meat and another fish. We're just gonna eat like fat people tonight. Fat rats, fat cats, fat whatever. Sure. Go ahead, light a fire, and I'm gonna cook up a bunch of stuff. I will see you all in the morning. Alright, well, I managed to get all of the food cooked up, or at least the majority of it. We still have one piece of that and a couple of those here. I did go ahead and craft a couple of batches of rose hip pies just because we can, because we now have this. I'm going to drop this here because I don't need it for the moment. I think the plan is going to be next time, given the amount of time I've already spent on this episode. Again, some of these are probably going to get to the point where we're just going to be moving from zone to zone to zone while we try to recover some of this stuff. So that means deciding where we might want to build workbenches, maybe building a couple of houses out and whatnot. So we do know for a fact now that at least we can craft small beds. Where is this thing? Rustic bed. Rustic bed, this one right here, is going to be 10 cedar firewood, 2 cloth, a whole lot of cloth, and a couple of cured guts. What does the other one take to make? I think it might be that we start worrying about, like, maybe in certain locations building one of these just so that we can stop wearing out our bedroll. I'm going to assume, once again, that in placing of the furniture down, we're going to get something that will actually help us out and do some stuff. So I think what we do next time, we're going to go into Desolation, look for salt, maybe go build us a workbench in that building over there just so that we can, well, in one of those buildings, one of those buildings, so that we can do a couple of things. I'm not ready yet to start basing various areas. What I want to do is I want to try and test out the curing box, and in order to do that we need to find a lot of salt. So as we're wandering around areas, I think we should just, you know, make a few small amenities for us as we travel. So I think for now I've got everything I wanted to do done today. I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching. Let's keep playing around with this and see how it goes.